Hey guys, my name's Frank B. I'm a hairstylist out of California, and today I'm going to show you guys how to cut your hair for the benefit of your own home. I know a lot of you guys are struggling about getting a haircut. I've been cutting hair for 10 years, and I can't tell you how many people have been hitting me up to get a haircut, but I'm trying to socially distance as much as I can to flatten this curve and, do my part to help others. And, I appreciate you guys doing your best, not getting out there and get a haircut and stopping this disease. The things I'm going to talk about today is how to just basically do a regular men's haircut. I'm a celebrity groomer. I work in LA. I work in Hollywood for many years. And the best haircuts are always the basic haircuts. And I know a lot of you guys just are needing a quick trim and just to make yourselves feel like you used to a couple months ago. And today I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So this is just a basic men's haircut. You can use any tools you have at home. I have a few clippers here that I'm going to show you that I'm going to use. This is just a wireless clipper. Again, this is from a company called Wall. Like I said, you could use any clipper that you have from home. Please make sure you just disinfect it and it's not rusty. Again, if you have a rusty clipper, if you can see here, this clipper is ready to go. I cleaned it off before. You don't want to use rusty tools on your loved ones. That's not cool. They could get infected and you could ruin the clipper. So please always make sure you have some sort of antiseptic with you. I have this special spray right here that they sell on Amazon or online. Just turn the clipper on and go ahead and give it a quick couple sprays. Turn the lever up and down, and that'll make sure the clipper is lubricated and disinfected. So, having said this, I wish you guys the best. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below and I can help you guys as much as I can. I'm going to try to give you the best angles and make it as easy for you as possible so that way you guys can see this and replicate it on everyone in your family. And again, don't forget to disinfect and keep everyone clean in your house. Thank you. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the number 2 guard. You can find these guards anywhere on Amazon. You can find them lying around your house. You can ask any of your other hairstylist friends that might have this. So a number 2 is a real safe guard. Again, you're not going to take off too much hair because one of the tricks of haircutting is you can always take more off, but you can't put it back on. So you don't want to go too quick with this. You want to be really steady with the blade, and you want to use a really, really soft kind of flicking motion when I go through this haircut. It's really simple to do. You guys can replicate this. I'm going to slap this bad boy on. I'm going to have this lever pushed all the way down right here. That way it's not closed. A closed guard will be taking off too much hair. Again, I want to control how much hair is coming off, so that way I don't make any mistakes. And a lot of these horror stories I see on Facebook of people taking off too much hair and they're pissed off and, not looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and start this right here. Since we're both wearing masks, I'm going to go ahead and push his ear down ever so gently like this. I'm just going to apply the blade just like this, just with a stroking motion. Just like that. So I notice not a lot of hair is coming off right now. I'm going to go ahead and close this guard then. This is a 2 close, so that way it's going to start taking off a little bit more hair. And I'm going to stop at this part of the hair right here. I don't want to go any higher because that's when the haircut starts to look funny and kind of egg-shaped. So again, I'm just going to start from the bottom right here with a flicking out motion. And I'm going to spread evenly across the parietal ridge right here. Just really easy like that. Just a scooping motion right here, just to set my standard and my base for where my next cut's going to be. Okay, so again, I'm just going to follow through this whole part right here, slowly flicking up like this. You guys hear that? Hair's coming off, but not too much. And I'm just gently following through the head, just gliding. You want to be nice and careful and smooth so that we're not taking too much off here. Again, always start from the bottom right here and just flick up. Once you're at your desired length, you can go ahead and kind of go through it and just clean up wherever spots you kind of missed. I'll go ahead and hit this right here. So I'm going to keep following to the back of the head as well, as I'm slowly just taking off as much as I can. Again, with that flicking motion. You can kind of see right here, the occipital bone right here, where hair pushes out. I know we're all cutting the same length. Don't worry if it seems a little darker or misshapen right there. That's just the skull protruding more hair out. It is getting cut. You can hear it and you can see it. But I know that's kind of alarming for some people when they're cutting hair and they're like, you know, what's that? Or they kind of account for certain parts of the skull. That's okay. Just leave that there. We're going to blend that out and smooth that out a little bit later in this haircut. So again, I'm just following the length right here. We're just simply taking off weight and bulk here just to remove all the excess hair. Just going through it, just like this. Again, I'm holding the clipper like this, ever so gently just flicking it out like that. If you're not comfortable going quickly, just do it slow. Just like that. Pressure in, flick out. Pressure in, flick out. Until you hear no more sound of the hair, then you can move on to the next side of the head. So again, following the same pattern here, I'm pushing his ear down gently where his mask is at, and just following through. I'm stopping right here so I don't take off too much hair, because this is our guideline. You don't want to pass that. So I'm just going through it like this. You guys see that? Now the hair's coming off. When you hold the clipper a certain way and direct it in the opposite direction, going up, going down, going right, going left, it picks up hairs in different directions. I know a lot of you guys at home don't really know that. You're not trained professionals, but you kind of have to go with the groove of the hair, if that makes sense. It's kind of like water. You gotta go with the flow. So his hairs grow this way, so I want to go the opposite direction against the grain. So I hit it from this direction. I go from this way. I go up. I go left. That way I'm hitting all the hairs, and I'm eliminating a lot of the work that I have to do later. You don't want to have to go back and keep cutting hair. You want to cut it right the first time. It's kind of like cutting wood. Again, hit it through here, hit it through there, hit it through there. And I'm going to follow it pretty much all the way throughout the head until I have my desired length. And I can move on to the next step of this haircut, which is going in with the #1 guard and really giving it that tight, clean look. All right, guys, now this is the pivotal part of the haircut right here. Now I'm going to go in with the #1 guard. As it clearly sees right here, the #1 guard is 1 inch. And what you want to do is, fuck. Okay, guys, now I'm going to go in for the most pivotal part of the haircut right here and go in with the 1 guard. So it's a 1/8 of an inch. This is the guard that's going to clean up the hair the most and give it that kind of fade look that you guys have been going for. What I've seen on Facebook is people going in too short too quickly and kind of butchering the cut and going up too high. And then once they get to this kind of danger zone right here where they can't blend this out, they just go higher and higher and higher and shorter until there's no more hair left. You want to avoid doing that with this guard. You want to take it in as slowly and lowly as possible. I can't stress that enough, especially if you have little to no experience. I know using these clippers can be dangerous and kind of intimidating, but when you have control of your tools, you have more confidence in what you can do. And I know you guys can do this. It's just simple. Just practice as much as you can. I know you guys don't have much time to practice, but, you know, we got to do it. So, again, I'm going to slap this guard on. I'm going to start with the lever open. Remember I had it closed for the last one? I'm going to start it open this time. Opening and closing the guard gives it different length and different space. So I want to start with this open so that way I can take out as much hair as I possibly can without taking off too much, and then going in while it's closed and cleaning up the spots and lines that I missed. And now we're starting to take off a little bit more hair. Again, start low and slow. I push the ear ever so gently down like that. And I'm just scooping the hair, just like that. Not taking it up too high, being very conscious of where my blade is at and where my hands are at. I like to use the edge of the clipper right here, just to scoop it out like that. Very delicate. Hitting all this area right here. And I know you guys can hear that sound. Start at the bottom right here. All that bulk of that hair that we were talking about earlier with the occipital bone pushing the hair out. Now I can take this out by just pushing the blade up just like that, but ever so slightly kind of just gliding across it. You don't want to go in like this, like a bulldozer. You want to approach it kind of like at an angle. And you guys can see that it's starting to come out pretty nice. Again, my guideline is about right here. We don't want to pass that. This is where the number 2 guard was at, and we're going to maintain that length and shape because it's going to give it that square kind of look to give him that more masculine, cleaned up look. I'm still taking it in with the 1 right here. Don't forget it's open. Hit the sideburn. Sorry, buddy. And again, we're going to take this all the way through the back of the head. If you guys can see right here, I don't really want to pass right here. Again, slow and low, knocking all that weight out. Making sure that my lever's all the way open. I'm going to continue, again, starting right here at the sideburn. Sorry, buddy. Guard open. I'm just flicking that up right in there. This side's coming out pretty nice, actually. As I'm flicking this hair up right in here, I'm maintaining this weight again. I can't stress that enough, guys. Maintaining this design line right here is so important and crucial for the look of this haircut. And I'm hitting against the grain of the hair right here. This part right here for a men's haircut is really important. I want to talk about how nice this looks when this is faded in. Now, I'm not necessarily giving him an actual fade. I consider a fade anything of a 0.5 blade or lower, or a skin fade. But a lot of guys ask me when they come in, hey man, can I just get a fade? So what I usually do is I like to go in and just taper it right here, is the word that maybe you guys are familiar with. And making it look as clean as possible right here, because this is the part of a men's haircut that grows in the fastest. So when this is clean right here, the rest of the haircut looks good. You didn't really need to clean up anywhere else. You could just kind of hit this right here, and as long as this looks good and everything is decently blended, the haircut will look fine. So always make sure it's nice and tight right there. Again, just flicking it out back here, following my design line. Now you guys are noticing that I took out all that right here in the occipital bone. And we'll just keep following that around. So now you guys are probably starting to wonder, hey Frank, there's starting to be a little bit of a disconnect right here. See, this is where the 2 guard ends, and this is where the 1 guard begins. So now, I'm going to go in with my very, very special guard. If you guys don't have this, there's another way to get around this. I can show you by blending it with the clipper over the comb. That's a little bit more of an advanced technique. So if you do have this guard, it is the 1.5 guard right here. This is the magic guard that barbers and hairstylists don't tell you about. This pretty much erases any line that you see in a haircut and can really clean it up. It's 3/16 of an inch. This is the magic guard right here. If you don't have it, again, I can show you on the other side of the head how to blend that line out if you have a little bit more skill and feel more comfortable with the clipper and the comb and not using a guard. So I'm going to go ahead and slap this on right here. Grab my comb, and again, I want to maintain this 2 weight right here and this 1 weight right here. So I'm just going in between. My guard is open, and I'm just taking that line right out. Just out, just like that. Notice the lines kind of disappearing. You want to create lines and then erase them. That's the whole point of men's hair cutting. So now, it's not cutting any more hair. I want to close that guard. But again, I don't want to take it any higher than that where that 1.5 guard was open. I just want to hit it below that line. You don't want to create lines you can't get out of. That's what happens with these haircuts and how they end up so botched. People start just cutting more and more and more and more and more, and they're not erasing the lines that they created. I'm just flicking out, hitting all these little hairs right here. And now you're probably starting to notice that that is well blended. A little bit of these hairs grow in another direction, but I can clip those with my scissor and my comb. But notice, looking at the scalp right here, this is all blended out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and show you on the other side of the head how to do this with the clipper and the comb. So guys, in case you don't have that 1.5 guard, or you really don't have any guards at all, it is possible to cut a hair without using any guards. This technique is clipper over comb. It's just going to do the same thing that I was doing with the guard, but free-handed. Essentially, the comb is my guide and my guard, and I'm not going to go past a certain desired length that I have with it. So I'm just going to gently scoop the hair underneath, the part that's thick, and just erase that line right there. And I'm going to go in throughout each part of the hair right here, and just erase it ever so gently like that. Like I said, this is for advanced hair cutters. This is a more advanced technique. But if you don't have the guard, see all this extra hair that I'm scooping up right here? I could just slowly scoop that out. And it's erasing that line as well, and also giving it that clean look that it is on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and keep following it right over here. I'm adjusting the length of the blade as well. If it's not cutting enough, I can always close it or open it. Yeah, that's coming out pretty nice actually. So again, my guidelines right here. And pretty much all that weight is knocked off on there. I just got to still follow it back here. So I'm going to continue with the clipper over comb right into here. Just scooping all that excess hair out that I didn't cut. and knocking it out with the clipper. So right here, I want to point out, don't worry about this part of the head, guys. This is where the skull kind of concaves a little bit. So there's a little indentation in everyone's head. I don't know if you noticed, where it dips in. And that's where hair kind of looks funny. It looks like there's a dark spot and that it can't be blended. Don't really worry about that too much. There's other advanced ways to take that out that I can show you. You can kind of dig in a little deeper right in here. But again, that could be an area where if you go too quick, if you cut it too short right there, it'll look like there's a bald spot. I'm sure a lot of you have encountered this already where you've kind of, snipped it and you're like, oh geez, like, where'd the hair go? Again, you can use this comb as your guard to simply save yourself from doing that. See, as I'm blending that out slowly, I'm not taking off too much hair, but it still maintains that weight and that shape. I can go in with the clipper as well. Again, I have my number 1 open and slowly just flicking it right in here. Now that's perfectly blended out. So now we're approaching the end of the haircut. Now that I have everything blended to the desired length, I'm just gonna go into spots with my number 1 guard and just clean up any lines that I've created and make them disappear. The clipper over comb always works well, but it'll never be as accurate as the guard. The guard simply just takes out more hair, but with the clipper and the comb, I can kind of design the haircut more customized and give a different shape and look instead with the guard. So one of the things I want to do now is I want to close this. Now this is the 1 guard closed all the way. This is only for the bottom half of the haircut. You do not want to go any higher with this. This is going to give it that faded, clean look that everyone's kind of been looking and asking for, and really the touching end of the haircut, the really nice part. As I'm just going in slowly, just like that. And again, it's just right here, ever so gently over the ear, as I'm not taking out all that work I put in. Scooping it just like that. Just hitting right in here. There's like a C shape that follows the head right here. You just want to follow that. And if you do find yourself creating a line, again, you can always adjust the lever, and whatever line you create, just go up a little bit higher on your guard and just knock that line out. Really simple. Don't be afraid to go in there with that. These tools are designed for you to do this effectively and efficiently. Again, I have it all the way closed. And as you can see, this is coming out pretty nice and evenly. So I'm going to continue that guard to the other side of the head, just scooping out at the bottom right here. Just really cleaning up that haircut. Just like that. I know I'm going kind of fast, but again, for you people that really want to watch, you could just go in just like this and scoop out. Go in, scoop out. Go in, scoop out. Go in, scoop out. And that's going to give you that clean, desired look that your man's looking for. Again, I'm following the C shape right in here, okay? I'm not going past this, and I'm not going up here. I'm just following in here. Very important to maintain that guideline. So these hairs are poking out right here. I really want to clean them up. Got to move your mask. Sorry, Daniel. Again, we talked about this side of the hair and how important it is to keep this tight right here. This is what makes the haircut or the fade right here. with the corner or the point right here of the blade, just really scoop that out right here. Gives it that nice tight look that Mr. Daniel needs to look clean and get to work. Right, buddy? Look how clean that's coming out, guys. Nice and simple and blended and easy. I know every single one of you watching this at home can do this. I have complete and 100% faith that, hey, Frank, I watched your video and I cut every single person's head in my house, and now I'm working out of my garage, charging $5 a haircut, and putting me out of business. That's fine, because I just really want you guys to look good. It's not about that. It's about really just feeling normal in these times of need, This is really trying times, and I didn't really know how important haircuts were until all my clients of over 10 years have just been, please, Frank, please cut my hair. I need you, man. It's just not the same. And, the reason why I take this job is to make people feel good about themselves. And when people say they feel good, I feel good. So it's, I guess I consider myself essential in a way that maybe others don't. And I hope all you other stylists and barbers out there feel the same way. I know you guys are itching to get back to work and all. And, we're going to get back, guys. Things are going to get better, and we're going to be busy, and things are going to get back to normal. I promise you. Again, closed right here. I'm opening the blade right here. Again, I don't want to take out all that hard work that I created. So I'm just scooting over it, just like that, with the one blade. Okie dokie. The hair's a little thick right in here, so we can just knock that out with the one. Yeah, took out a lot of that hair right there. Just want to be careful right here, because this is where the skull protrudes and where it rounds. So this is really pivotal to not make it look egg-shaped and not take it too high. Remember this design line that we created all right in here. This is all blended out, coming all the way to back here. You always want the hairline to kind of drop down right here, because that's a natural effect of how the head looks like. You can't take it up too high and too square, otherwise it'll just look unnatural, it'll look funny. They'll be like, hey man, somebody botched your haircut. So again, ever so gently, I want to take that out. Now, I'm going to change the one guard out because it's too heavy. It's going to take out too much hair. I want to switch it back to the two. I want to go back to my roots here and just put the two on. I have it all the way open. And I'm just taking out that excess weight and bulk. Again, I'm going through the hair and cleaning up the parts that can easily be cleaned up. I'm closing it now, as you saw me do. Open, closed. And all that hair right there is taken away while giving the illusion of a nice square look without taking off too much hair. Also, one thing I wanted to address as well with this haircut, Daniel, we're looking pretty good here, bud. Don't worry about the top, okay? The top we could save for another video. I could show you guys different techniques as well on how to cut the hair. This is just for the sides. This is for someone that's like, hey, Frank, I get a haircut every 2-3 weeks. I can't go see my barber. My wife's going to cut my hair, or someone in my house is going to do it. What can I do to show them? This right here is going to give you the clean look that you need. So any sort of part that I see right here that's kind of bulky and bulgy, 1.5 guard, closed. I'm just going to knock that out. And I'm just cleaning up anything that I missed. I know I'm going kind of fast right here to wrap this video up, but you can definitely see right in here that all of this is getting nicely blended. Yeah, there we go. So guys, as we're approaching the end of this haircut, I think this is the final part that scares people the most, and this is doing the edges. I know personally I've received a lot of funny messages on Instagram and Facebook about people messing up the line up here. I just want to give you guys all a big piece of advice. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take it to heart. This has taken people who have learned to cut hair many, many years to perfect. This is something I still perfect. No one can ever make the most perfect, crispest, cleanest line ever. Please just do the best you can, but I'm going to show you a few little tips and tricks on how to not cut it too deep or cut it too crooked. So guys, I just want to follow the natural line right here. I do not want to create another line. When you take another line into the haircut where you put it in too deep, that's when it starts to look unnatural, or what we call in the industry white walling. That's the difference between the actual scalp and the tan part of your skin. You just want the line to look natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the parts that are kind of just coming over and just gently, ever so gently, just press it down like this. That's all. Just like that. See the hair's growing out like here? Just want to push it down right there. And when I create that line, now I can kind of follow everything else down here and start cleaning this up, okay? Now, without hurting anyone, really clean up this neckline right here. This is the most important part for any guy's haircut. I don't care what any guy says, you gotta have your neckline clean. This is so important because this is the stuff you can see at the grocery store, in line at a baseball game. I mean, guys like their necks clean. That's literally the whole reason why we're here in the first place, right? Everyone's probably complaining about, man, I just want my neckline clean. You just want to follow that same line all the way up. Just gently push the hair down with your middle finger right here, just right above the ear. Just follow that line. You don't want to take it too high right here. You just want to follow the natural curvature. So what I'll do is I'll take the edge of my, the edge of my little edger right here and just scoop the hair just like that. So I'm making a little C shape around the ear. I'm literally sculpting and drawing the hairline out right now. Just like that. I'm moving a little bit over like this. I'm just sculpting it out. You guys are all Picassos right now. Excuse me, not Picassos. Another cool sculptor, I don't know. You guys are all Da Vinci's. And this is your masterpiece. And you're just gently sculpting around the ear. That's all. See how it's made such a nice, even circle around the ear? See, we can even hit that a little bit more right in there. Daniel, you okay? You comfortable?
Yeah.
Perfect. Always ask your client if he's comfortable, if it's scratching or cutting him. I know there's a few times I've cut clients that they don't say anything. They're like, dude, that totally hurt. I was like, hey, my bad. Let me know next time. So, we want to clean up Daniel's sideburns right here. You don't want to take them too high. Pro tip, you always want to line the sideburns with this part of the earlobe right here. That's what makes for a perfect design for a sideburn where it's not too short but not too long. Again, if you guys just watch that right here, boom. I'm just cleaning that all the way up. I'm at the top of the earlobe right here. I'm pushing my blade this way because you don't want the sideburns to be too thick. So I want them to be perfect. Now, a little advanced trick. These hairs are kind of poking out as well. With the tip of your blade, if you're feeling kind of daring, just kind of edge that out a little bit. It'll give that nice kind of clean look Daniel's been looking for. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Again, I'm going to make sure it's as even as possible. And I think we're looking pretty good, buddy. Let's do the next side. Again, I want to follow the same design line I did on the other side. You want the haircut to be as even on possible as both sides, okay? So again, just the hairs that are poking out, I'm just applying ever so gently right into here. I'm going to end with the edge right here. And just scooping it out. Comb those hairs kind of down. Again, I'm pushing his ear down right in here. Remember, I'm sculpting. I'm Da Vinci. Okay, remember just to push it down ever so gently, not taking it in too deep right here. If you guys can see, that's turning out pretty clean. Again, following this design line right in here. All the way down. Looking pretty good. Again, I want to take the sideburn to the exact same spot I took it last time, right at this part of the earlobe. Just eliminate those hairs. Push this part in right here. Again, we're making just a natural sideburn. And if you're feeling daring, kind of hit this part right in here. And there we go. We're looking pretty clean. Okay guys, now for the final part of the haircut, which I know most of you can do this at home for sure. You've probably been doing it for years, helping out your significant other. And this is making the line. So when I usually fade or cut hair, I don't make a line, but for the circumstances that we're in today's world and everything, making a line's okay. I think it's cleaner when there's a little bit of a fade. If you know how to fade that neckline, but if not, just take your edger and simply just try not to dig in too much into the hairline. And make that square. I'll try and make it as even as possible here. Again, I don't really like making square necklines, but I know that's the easiest technique for everyone to do right now, so I'm just gonna go with that. Daniel, tilt your head down for me a little bit. Tilt your head down for me just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, buddy. And again, I'm just following that natural hairline. Just take it nice and slow, guys. There's no rush for this. We have plenty of time at home with our loved ones and people who need haircuts. Don't rush the funk. You're going to want to go in and just scoop everything right in here. Right up to the line. So guys, this is the final part of the haircut. I went ahead and already kind of made a line right here. His hairline looks better without a line. You can go ahead and leave the line if you like. It's just simply going across right in here. But I'm going to take this line out. It just makes the haircut look a little bit better. If you guys do have the skill for it and you're feeling like you've learned something from this video, all haircut principles can be applied the exact same way. Now I'm just going in with no guard. And I'm just simply scooping this line out to give him that real fade look. This is the best part of the haircut for me, because this right here is what keeps his neckline the cleanest right here. And I'm just scooping all that hair out right in here. You can't really mess this one up. It's pretty easy. I'm just taking all this hair out right in here. I had it open, now I'm closing it, and I'm just scooping this out. But please don't forget to not take it up too high, because like I said, whatever line you make, you have to erase. And his neck is just looking really, 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 really clean. If you do have a set of guards at home, this is the 1/2 guard right here. It's the 1/16 of an inch. This is even smaller than a 1 guard. You can go in there and take out that little bulk that's right in here. Just right here where the hair kind of grows in kind of wonky in different directions. You guys can probably hear it cutting. And that's what makes the fade look really, 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 really clean. Just right in here. And that makes his neckline and hairline look really, really, really sharp. And he's ready to go back to work. Just hitting it right in here. Another trick you guys can do as well, while this is open, go over the sideburn area. Like I said, maintaining that clean look right here is very important. I'm hitting it right there. And I'm hitting it right here. Boom, super clean. His haircut looks good in every single angle. Looks good from all sides. Daniel, what do you think? You happy, buddy?
Looks good, man.
Looks good? So guys, this was my haircut tutorial video. Daniel, what do you think, buddy? Looks good?
Looks good, man.
Yeah? I'm just gonna give you guys the full 360 view right here of what it looks like. As you can see, it's pretty much well blended everywhere. It's a simple 1-2 haircut. If you guys want, I can make a video about cutting the top as well and styling hair. I'd be more than happy to show you that, but for right now, I just really want you guys to just get cleaned up and looking and feeling good about yourself again. This haircut right here is really simple to do. I know every single one of you watching can replicate this and perfect this. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, just let me know. Drop one in the comment or DM me, and I'll be 100% happy to help all you guys. And if there's enough questions, I can make a follow-up video on any other sort of advanced techniques as well. But again, my name's Frank B. I'm here to help you guys, and I hope you get to cutting. And let's get through this, guys. God bless, love you, and have a good day.